wala naman masyado tayong unless hindi, may kalimutan ko. God. Meron na tayong overview. Ang problema, diniscuss na ni Secretary Doge. Ngayon, ang gamot, diniscuss na ni General Galvez. Secretary Anyo is here. He knows that he will have to marshal the forces of the local government to implement the orderly. Kaya sabi ko, police nandiyan para orderly. Walang unahan. At true to what you said, Secretary Galvez, unahin yung mga mahirap. Yung sundalo ko, pati yung mga vulnerable. Unahin sila. Pagkatapos sila, tayo na naman. Ngayon, anong sunod? Nandiyan na yung vaccine na target na. Ang pera ngayon, sino magbayad? So, si Secretary Sani Dominguez ang magbayad.
Mr. President, may tatlong sources po tayo ng funding. Okay? Ang unang source natin, yung mga multilateral agencies, ADB at saka World Bank. Ang estimate namin, we will have around 40 billion pesos from them. Low cost, long-term loans. 40 billion from multilateral agencies. Tapos meron po tayong domestic sources of financing. Ang domestic sources of financing, we estimate around 20 billion. So that will come from Land Bank, BBP, and possibly yung mga government-controlled corporations. So that's 20 billion. Tapos, mag-negotiate pa po tayo sa mga bilateral sources. Depende sa source ng vaccine, either England or US or whoever. And ang target po namin doon around 13.2 billion pesos. So ang total niyan is about 73.2 billion financing that it's pretty much almost fixed. Most of it is already fixed. 13.2 billion hindi pa completely negotiated. So 73.2 billion pesos. Ngayon, ang average cost, ang estimate namin sa average cost ng vaccine, around $25. Not per dose, per person. Di ba? Around $25, which is 1,200 pesos, more or less. Some are lower, some are higher. So we don't know yet exactly how much is the cost. But let's say $25 or 1,200. 73.2 billion pesos is good for 60 million people to be vaccinated. Around 60 million people. So that is more or less what we have in line. Ngayon, we'll have to consult with the DOH if 60 million is enough. If 60 million people is enough to be vaccinated.
Our herd immunity po, Mr. President, is anywhere from 60 to 70%, according to the World Health Organization. Mm-hmm. So if we're able to reach that, we're going to pretty much arrest the spread of this. And mawawala yung COVID-19 sa ating pong lipunan.
Can we have a herd immunity there?
We will have a herd immunity. That's our goal, mga 60 to 70% po.
So basically, 60 million is okay. And we have the funds for that.
60 billion? Or?
60 million people.
73 billion pesos.
Around 73 billion. 73.2 billion.
Now, we are through with uh, the resource persons for which this meeting was called is ano na sila, they are very much competent and in their field of specialization. Lahat ito competent and capable. So dito naman tayo sa the incapable. Itong sa dito BIR na tayo. Ang nauna dito sabi ko sa iyo, there's an ongoing urge sa gobyerno ngayon. Sabi ko nga, maybe during the last year of my term, I'll do nothing except to go after people who are into graft and corruption. Marami na po tayong napaalis, about almost 300 na. Rolando Cruz, ewan ko, but he's connected with the BIR. Puro empleyado ito ng BIR. Wala silang address. Rachel Doton, dismissed, grave misconduct and dishonesty. Unremitted cash collection is 406,757.22. Merlina Salise, dismissed, dishonesty and misconduct. Unremitted collection is 6,278,555. Tapos si Oscar Tahirona, dismissed, unremitted collection of 242,816. Si Rolando Mirasol, dismissed of grave misconduct, illegally obtaining money by deception. Si Marlene Caraos, dismissed, unremitted collection 379,355.26. Si Pilarica Teng, dismissed, unremitted collection 110,000, grave misconduct, gross neglect of duty. Rodolfo Suelo, dismissed, grave misconduct, unremitted cash collections. Mildred Cabral, dismissed, unremitted cash collections of 1,144,807. Emma Mendoza, dismissed, serious misconduct, serious dishonesty and grave misconduct. Unremitted pera, 800,000 plus. Rinaldo Santos, dismissed, unremitted cash collections of 1 million plus. Hilario Buacon, dismissed, unremitted 1 million plus, grave misconduct. May insubordination pa. Hadja Awada T. Ismail, dismissed, unremitted cash collection. Fausto Balmaceda, dismissed, grave misconduct, misappropriated tax payments, demanding high fees and tax payments higher than authorized by law. Corruption rin. Oliver R. Pador, dismissed, unremitted cash collections. Nicolas Aquino, dismissed, misappropriated tax payments, grave misconduct yan. Rolando Mudares, dismissed, unremitted tax collection. Susi corpus dismissed from the service, unremitted tax collection. Edmundo Sioy dismissed, harassment, extortion, and entrapment. Gary Atanasio dismissed, extortion, harassment, conduct prejudicial to the service. Arturo Buñol dismissed, entrapment, extortion. Rebecca Viray dismissed, falsification of certificate authorizing registration. Hermogenes Lavinia dismissed, extortion, harassment. Adoracion Ganaban dismissed, unremitted collections. Marina Asitre dismissed, unremitted tax collection. Malversation to. Gloria A. Naval dismissed, unremitted tax collection. Malversation yan. The crime is malversation. Actually, ganito yan. Itong binasa kong dismissal, ano lang ito, administrative. Matanggal ka lang sa gobyerno. Yan lang ang purpose nito. Ngayon, pagdating sa ombudsman, the ombudsman, if he finds na tama yung ginawa sa administrative case, will file the corresponding criminal charge. So dalawa ang harapin mo, dismissal from the service, wala ka ng trabaho, tapos makulong ka. Yan ang nangyayari. No, next week meron pa rin tayo. So tapos na tayo sa customs, marami na, immigration, ngayon itong BIR. So, ito naman ang medyo talagang, at saka yung petty graft perpetuated almost everywhere, all over the country by itong nasa window ng business permit, yung mga clearances. Diyan pahirapan ang tao. Kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo, if you want to earn money, good money, pag maganda yung kaso, maganda, malaki ang nalugi sa gobyerno. Report it to a person that you trust without giving your number, your name and number, ano. Nanginingi ko lang ang opisina at kung magkano. Ako na ang mag-follow up. At saka yung medyo maliliit, 10,000. Yung permit mo, pag inabot ng isang buwan, 2 linggo, corruption talaga yan. Business permit, mga fire, police, it should be done on the day of the application. Yan man ang trabaho ninyo. Bakit mahirapan kayo? That's your job. Police, fiscal, court. Ngayon, kung niluloko kayo, hinihingaan kayo, report mo lang sa tao na pagkatiwalaan mo at siya ang mag-report sa 888, magkuha ko na doon. Huwag ka lang magbigay ng pangalan. Ang bigang opisina at yung tingin mo magkano at yung tao. Ikaw, una ka na. Mag-report ka lang. doon pa sa tao na whom you trust. That is the way how to do it because this government is really noon pa. Tama man sila na bakit hindi ko inumpisa noon. Well, alam ko noon. Pero pinarami ko lang para mas marami akong matanggal. Kagaya ng custom sa I'd give you a simple story. Galing ako Hong Kong, kasama ko ang asawa ko. Pagdating sa Hong Kong, hindi naman ako nagmamadali. So, inuna yung Pagdating sa customs, wala rin. May sasalubong. Yun ang style doon. So, I would place there maybe a camera or human intelligence na lang. Pinakamaganda. Bayaran ko na lang, nandiyan ka. I'll give you 20,000 a month just to tell me who are the grafters. Kasi hintuan talaga niya. Alam mo, butang ina makinig kayo ha. Huminto talaga kayo ngayon. Maski ngayon lang. Next administration, fire. Balik kayo sa dati. Wala na akong pakialam. Pero sa ngayon, huwag kayong maghinakit. Huwag kayong magalit sa akin kasi ako galit rin sa inyo. Pareho tayo putang ikaw pa ang galit, ikaw pa magnanakaw. Do not blame anybody except yourself. You brought it to yourself to bear. Walang ibang dyan. May maroon pa ba akong kalimutan sabihin? Yes, Secretary.
Mayor President, good evening po. Gusto ko lang po magbigay ng updates doon sa direktiba ninyo na tulungan yung ating mga lokal na pamahalaan na naapektuhan ng bagyong Kinta, Rolly at ito namang Ulysses. Kung maalala nyo po, i-share lang sa screen. Noong November 15, nung nagkaroon ng situation briefing sa Camarines, dahil nga inaprubahan ninyo na magbigay tayo ng tulong, kaya po in 2 days time, noong November 17 lang, dahil din sa apela ni Senator Bongo at sa kanyang suggestion na tulungan ng mga LGUs, nag-release po kagad tayo ng 1.5 billion. At ito na-issue natin sa Bureau of Treasury at na-download na po lahat ng pera sa kanila. Kaya po, awa ng Diyos, wala po ni isang LGU. Ito lang po yung, dahil nga po sa apela ni Senator Bongo, tinawagan niya ako after Rolly, ano daw pwedeng gawin sa mga LGUs. Kaya po maalala nyo, nung sa situation briefing sa Camarines Sur, inaprubahan ninyo na tulungan natin ang mga local government units na naapektuhan. Kaya po in 2 days, nag-release po kagad kami ng SARO at saka Notice of Cash Allocation sa Bureau of Treasury. At nag-issue din ako ng local budget circular kung paano gagamitin yung pera. Next slide. So ito po yung mga natanggap na ng mga local government units natin sa buong areas ng Calabar Zone, Mimaropa at Bicol. Kasi 3 regions ang tinamaan po. Umabot po yan ng 1.5 billion. At nandiyan po ang distribution ng mga allocation na binigay natin sa mga local government units. Kaya tuwang-tuwa po sila, wala pong nagreklamo kahit sa kanila na pinabayaan natin sila. Meron po pong nadagdag dyan, base po ito sa result ng investigasyon ng OCD at ng DSWD. Kaya po dyan natin natansya kung magkano kailangan nila. May buffer po tayo na 500 million, may nadagdag na 10 LGUs pa na bibigyan din natin. Dito naman po sa Typhoon Ulysses, nag-usap din kami at sabi nga ni Senator Bong kung pwedeng matulungan din. So dito po namin, base din sa report ng Office of Civil Defense at DSWD, naglaan din po kami ng 1.5 billion. Same amount lang din po na ibibigay natin. Next slide. Next slide. Yan po. Next slide. So ito po yung damage po na nangyari sa kanila. So katulad din po sa Typhoon Quinta and Rolly, aside from the 1.5 billion, mayroon din pong buffer na 500 million para po kung meron pa mga LGUs na hindi na isama sa report, may bibigyan din po sila. So ito po yung sitwasyon natin, ang balances natin sa National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund. Yan po ang next slide. Ito po yung distribution ng mga augmentation fund na ibibigay po ninyo sa mga local government units. Inintay po nila yan dahil po alam nila na tutugunan natin yung pangangailangan nila. Pag naaprubahan po ninyo, bukas din marirelease po natin sa Bureau of Treasury yung pera para magamit po nila kagad. Kawawa talaga yan nila lahat.
Saan yung papel ngayon?
Pagka sinabi nyo lang po, sir, right now, bukas po, marirelease namin.
Pero may papel na.
Tupalo na lang po yung papel.
Really? Release mo na.
Opo. Salamat po, sir.
Basta tanggapin na nila.
Opo. Next slide. So, yun po.
Pero may ano pa ha? May typhoon pa, isa ngayon pumapasok.
Yes, Mayor. Handa rin po tayo dyan, Mayor. Wala pong problema. Next slide. Ito na nga po yung balanse natin. Meron pa tayong 10.274 billion sa regular natin na in-dream fund kasi dinagdagan po natin ng 10 billion yan. So, a total of 15 billion na ang nadagdag natin dyan.
Kay buong na-request yan.
Opo. So, ang kailangan ko lang po sa inyo, approval ng release ng 1.5 billion augmentation of local calamity funds to LGUs affected by Typhoon Ulysses po.
If the papers have been prepared already pending my signature,
Actually,
you can
share with
release.
me, sir. Share with me, sir. The same memo that I sent to you for Rolly and Quinta po.
It's with you now?
Ibigay ko lang po sir.
I will sign it now.
Sige po, sir. So,
A little bit later.
So ito lang din po ang hinihintay natin, tas tuloy-tuloy lang. Kaya wala po kahit na isang LGU nagrereklamo sa atin na kinalimutan natin sila o tinagalan natin sila kasi pag sinabi mong release din po kagad.
Ganito, AMPAC, I think communicated to me that they have already the list of congressmen who are into the business of asking commissions from the contractors. And lumabas doon na ang namimili ng mga contractors para sa kanilang project ng mga congressman. At doon sila kumukuha. Now, how true itong sabi ni Bilica sa PAC? It's a matter of evidence. Ganito yan eh. Padala niya sa akin, sabi niya, it is up to me whether I will mention the congressman involved or not. Alam mo, let's go to political law. I have no business investigating congressmen. They belong to a separate organ of government, which is co-equal with the President pati ang Supreme Court. Now, kung itapon mo sa akin, I have no other recourse. Itapon ko rin yan doon sa ombudsman because it is the only investigating agency that has jurisdiction over congressmen. Hindi ako. I cannot investigate congressman. That would be an encroachment of the power of separation Hindi ako pwede. So, ang listahan lang ni Belhica, ibigay ko na lang din doon sa ombudsman. Now, whether dito sa akin na i-mention ko yung pangalan o hindi, kung wala akong jurisdiction, I'm not trying to wash my hands. I am now dwelling on the law. If I cannot investigate the congressman for itong mga kickback nila sa mga komisyon, sa mga projects sa kanilang probinsya na pinili nila yung mga contractors. If I cannot, contractors here, but Germain na yan doon eh. If I cannot investigate, tatlohin ko lang kasi sabihin na naman ng media, itong media maghanap ng mali talaga yung kanilang. If I cannot investigate the congressman, then I have no authority to be releasing their names that they are involved per investigation by the PAC. Kung wala akong jurisdiction, huwag mo akong tanungin dito sino involved yan because the case is not recognizable by my gano'n ang kaya nasabi ko yan, sinabi ko na kaya ako maipit dito one of these days pag forward yan and Belhica has no choice but to forward it being hindi man siyang ako man the head of the yung government sa department of sa akin ako so magpunta talaga sa akin yan na kung sabihin niya there is enough evidence to prove the case of whatever ipasa ko yan doon sa I cannot read. If I do not have jurisdiction, I cannot name them publicly. Wala akong sabihin ko na, hindi sabihin ko na hindi ako natatakot o may kinukuberan ako na congressman. Wala. Pagdating yan sa listahan, it will be given to me and to me alone. Now, when the time comes, I will ask the Secretary of Justice to review it, but review na cursory reading lang. I said because he does not have the jurisdiction either. He will pass it on to the Ombudsman. Yes, sir.
Mr. President, it's not the congressman himself who is being investigated. In a different perspective, Mr. President, if it's a particular transaction being investigated, for example, by the PACC or the Task Force Against Corruption that the DOJ created upon your instruction, and in the course of the investigation, Mr. President, it would turn out that some members of, let's say, the legislature are involved in a particular corrupt practice or transaction, then I think it is within the power of, let's say, the task force or the NBI or the AMLC or the PACC, which are member agencies of the Task Force Against Corruption, to mention this, let's say, members of Congress who are allegedly involved in the particular transaction. So, Mr. President, it's not really the person who is being investigated, but a particular transaction na maaari pong nakasama or may involvement itong any member of the government which is outside the executive department. So I just want to clarify that point.
That is why I said I use the germane. Kasi kung itong transaction na ito, involve itong congressman na ito, then itong contractor na ito should be investigated altogether sila. We cannot have a separate because yung findings ng, well, for example, we have jurisdiction over the mga contractor. But kung tapos yung sa congressman, it can happen na different ang decision. Maybe exonerating the congressman or exonerating the contractor and making the congressman liable. Kaya I use kanina germane. If it is the transaction is germane to that particular congressman, so kanya yan. Kanyang sagot yan. Nang dyan. Ito namang it presupposes that the investigation was conducted because of a questionable transaction. And ang dyan, in this case, germane lang rin dyan ang ng congressman. But he should be there. Ngayon, whether or not they can themselves independently of me release the name, sabihin ko na wag. Padala mo yung listahan sa akin, the result of the investigation, then I will give it to the Secretary of Justice, to Secretary Guevara, for him to make the proper endorsement to the Ombudsman. Yan ang ngayon, ano pa ba? Wala naman siguro. Itong droga. Anak ng waiting. There are about kaya man kayong mga human rights, magtulong talaga kayo. There are about, if you see the briefer, the persons arrested for the day, hindi magkulang sa 200, 300. That is how pernicious drug is in the Philippines. Ang problema natin, ang kalaban natin dito is the Sinyalosa and the Tumbambo Triad. Yan ang problema natin. It's so organized na talagang may mga factory na sila kung saan-saan, and it's a worldwide business. Kaya tayo, hoy mga putang ina kayong mga human rights. Kung hindi ba ninyo tinitignan yan, it's being posted at the 888 bulletin. Bigyan ko kayo ng kopya. Mabuti pa bigyan ko kayo ng kopya. Convince these people na sa listahan to stop. Kasi sabihin mo, maghinto kayo kay baka mamatay kayo. That is the proper way of doing things. Instead of going after us who are enforcing the law, do not threaten us with imprisonment and investigation because you are trying to pin down an individual, maybe out of bigotry. Pero kami, we were trying to save a nation. Every day, almost 1,000 cases of drug. Yes, Secretary Anyo.
Mahal na Pangulo, Mayor, magbigay lang po ako ng update sa nakaraang anti-illegal drug operation ng ating Philippine National Police this November po, mula November 1 up to November 21. Ang Philippine National Police po under kay General Sinas ay nag-conduct ng 946 anti-illegal drug operation at nagresulta po sa pagka-aresto ng 3,646 suspects kasama po ang 37 na namatay at nakakuha po ng 50.5 kilos of shabu at 11.7 kilos of marijuana, a street value of 345 million pesos po. So talagang patuloy pa rin po yung paggamit ng droga ng mga ibang mamamayan natin. But ito po ay paitingin pa namin. Magbibigay po ako ng update sa inyo kada linggo para po masubaybayan natin ang maigting na paglaban sa illegal na droga.
Ano, Secretary Anyo, we do not need really to pronounce it again, but there is a declaration by me based on a proclamation also of President Arroyo before, raising the issue of that a national security matter. That is why kasali na ang military dyan, because if it is in national security, it is now the state, the welfare of the state that at stake. That's why hindi lang ito trabaho ng police, national security. Hindi ko naman hindi ko inulit. So the military has to also participate. They have to form some kind of mga squad yan to and just the same, do not be afraid of the threats of the itong human rights. Walang mangyayari sa bayan ko po. Pag umatras ako, walang mangyayari sa Pilipinas sa panahon ko. Gawain ninyo yan sa hindi na ako presidente. Pero wag ninyong gawin talaga sa Now, despite of our dire warnings, sige pa, tingnan ninyo yung briefer. Almost, doon, prepared by PDEA, almost 1,000 cases, anak na. Patay ang bayan ko. So, what is there? What country do I pass on to the next generation? Sa mga anak ko, sa mga apo ko. Ibig mong sabihin, magkalat yan, sabihin niya, malas niya, ganun talaga ang panahon. Hindi, human rights. We better look for another fight. Yung mga genocide talaga, alam niyo kung anong countries, but do not tinker with the drug problem in the Philippines. This is mine and mine alone. Now, yung mga police pati military, sinabi ko naman, just follow the law. The only thing that you are really allowed to kill is when your life is in danger. Pero por Diyos naman, marami na akong pulis na matay. Ayaw ko yan. Nagagalit ako sa pulis na patay. Sabihin ko, bakit hindi mo iununahan? You are the arresting officer. You must be prepared. For alam mo, sa totoo lang, in the convention sa Chiefs of Police of Europe and America, any overt action na parang magbunot ka, because kasi doon Bombay, yung grapple or something inside your clothing, that is enough for the police to shoot you dead. You check it out with the police authorities. Nabasa ko yan, matagal na. Pinadala talaga sa akin. Was one of those given a copy. Kaya kayong mga sa military armed forces, help us because we are being flooded with drugs. Our enemy is the Senyalosa and the Bamboo Triad. And of course, our enemy also includes the human rights. Hindi lang nga sila, hindi talaga kalaban na patayan. So they are out to discredit, they are out to send to prison somebody who's doing his work. Huwag kayo matakot. Akin yan, as I have said before, yung mga issues sa human rights, that is mine and mine alone. You just say that you follow the order. And rightly so. Kung anong utos ng presidente yung commander-in-chief, and for the police because he is the chief of executive, sumunod kayo. Huwag kayong matakot pumatay. Hayaan mo yung human rights. Basta you do it in accordance with law. Again, about the only time that you're allowed to kill is when your life is in danger. I have said that so many times. I'll say it again tonight. So, that is all for sa inyong mga kababayan ko. Naibigay na namin sa inyo ang report namin. We hope to see you again next time. I hope everybody is safe and well. Salamat po.